Very good morning to one and all. Today, we are going to see about the term called optimal. So, why I am repeating this word optimal, optimal, optimal? Why? Because the past few classes, I've always repeatedly I was telling this word optimal, optimal, optimal dispatch, optimal generation, how to choose the optimal generators from that, how to optimally dispatch. So I'm telling this word optimal. So it is okay, very important word connected with our subject also. Why? Because without optimal, if you are going for generation as well as dispatching distribution, then ultimately your cost of the tariff, that is cost of the electricity, goes high. Ultimately, the cost of the tariff goes high. So that's why we have to optimally use. Okay. So as a engineers, this word is very important for you. Say for example, after getting placed in a software company or in a hardware in a core company, like you're going to work in that company, right? In a software, say for example, you got placed in a software company. Say you are a software engineer, you want to develop a code of a particular application, right? So if you want to develop a code for a particular application, so what is ultimately you have to do? So you have to optimally okay, shorten your codings. Say for example, whatever the codings you are taking care of, like say, C, objective oriented programming, or latest Python programming. So whatever the program you're doing, so you have to optimize the code. Okay. Say for example, you're making the application, okay, same application, you're making the code of 100 lines. Say for example, your friend is did the same program with 200 lines. Okay. So which is best coding now? Whatever you did, whatever you performed is very good. Why? Because you optimize the code. You optimize the code to 100 lines, whereas your friend did the same application for 200 lines. So which one they will select? Ultimately the code what you did, like optimized code, like within 100 lines, the same application, it is also doing the same application. Your friends coding also doing the same application. So ultimately, which one will choose with the your application only? Why? Because you are optimally did the codings, you have shortened your codings. So we have to choose your application. So not only in the software coding, or so whatever the engineering application. Suppose you want to develop a new product. Suppose you want to develop a new product. Okay. So if you optimize the size of that product, definitely you will win the market. Okay, you will be in the market. So say for example, same product, you are going with a very big size. Okay, you are going to the market, then nobody will buy. So for example, best example is our smartphones. So what nowadays what they are doing is they are making the smartphones like very slim, sleek size. Very, the width of the phone is very sleek. Okay. So they will only win the market, because what we guys will do. So we are going to a nearby shop, and we are asking for the mobile phones. So what generally will so even though we'll select the software version, then processor, everything, every version. So what we'll do, we'll carry that phone. So what is the weight that will check. Then other thing, will just see that phone. That is what is the width of the phone, whether it is sleek or not. Okay, so if it is very width is very more, then ultimately we will not buy. Then the width is very sleek design. It is perfectly okay. Take like if you keep it in your hand, it is perfectly okay, sitting in your hand like that mobile phone only we will choose. Even all your like R&D engineers, research and development in all the companies, almost all the companies, what they will do, they will also do the same job. Okay, while designing itself, they will be optimizing the design. They will be optimizing the design so that to win the market. Not only optimizing, and also they will be having some constraints means say they want to develop the same product for 10,000 rupees or 15,000 rupees, okay, with all the features whatever you want, today's world, whatever you want with the software, processor, then RAM, then ROM, then that weight, then width, so everything take so surround the okay DTS surround that also Dolby sound you need. So with all the features combined, they have to develop, okay, within that cost, because that is the constraint. So they say for example they are developing a smartphone for like 30,000 or 40,000 with the same features. Then ultimately uh, there are some persons to buy that phone, but ultimately what we'll think will go for the very optimal cost, optimized cost, or very low cost with all the features. We need cost to be minimized, and as well as with all the features also we want, but the cost also very important. Okay, so if it is within the 15,000, then everybody will buy. Most of the people will buy. So if it is 40,000 means like only few people will. Okay, out of 100, only one or two will buy. So if you go with 15,000 means maybe 100 also maybe. Okay, so that is the market strategy. So how they are winning the market? So first thing is that, so they're going with the optimized cost, then with all the features. So their major constraint, so whatever the features they may add, but their major constraints, what is their major constraints? Their major constraints is to do that particular product within that cost. Do that particular product within that cost. Okay, say for example, another one simple example I'll be telling you. You are planning for a industrial visit to some okay nearby substation or generating station, whatever it may be. So ultimately what we guys will do, so we'll visit the industry for only few hours. Then for visiting other places will take more hours. Okay, so for enjoyment will take more hours. Then for visiting the company, maybe 1/2 a day we'll spend. So if we plan for 2 days trip means we'll spend only for half a day. Okay, so moreover 1 day we'll spend. So other thing, we need to visit the nearby tourist places. So ultimately what is our main objective if you are going for a particular industrial visit? To enjoyment, to maximize our enjoyment. So we just want to maximize our enjoyment. Okay, so what is our major constraints is, so with minimum cost, say for example 3,000 rupees, at the cost of 3,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees, you need accommodation, and you need the food, everything you want to take, and so whatever. So the minimum the budget will do now generally like so for within 2,000 rupees we need to go to that particular place, and we need stay accommodation, and as well as we need to spend for the whole 2 days. So that is our constraints. Okay, so what is our major objective function? What is our major objective? To maximize our enjoyment, maximize our enjoyment. But we want to maximize our enjoyment. So within the budget, that is the minimum cost. Within the minimum cost, that is 2000 rupees, means some minimum cost. Within the minimum cost, we have to maximize our enjoyment. Okay, so ultimately, so we are also planning like that. Majorly we are planning like, so ultimately here, what is our objective function? Objective function is to maximize our profit, and also maximize our enjoyment, and also we want to visit our company, everything, and also we need to spend more hours in the tourist places, to going to a boating, or going to a sea shows, like that. We need more enjoyment. And what is our major constraints is to minimize our, within the minimum cost, we need to enjoy our maximum. Say another one example also I am telling you. So we are all students, like final year students, we are studying final year. So generally, what is the students mentality? They want to get maximum marks. They want to get maximum. Even in our subject also, they want to get maximum marks, that is S grade. Okay, so for 100 they want to get more than 95 marks, maximum marks, or even 100 also. So they want to get maximum marks. What is our constraints? So how we'll study? Maybe the day before examination, we'll study for 5 hours, or 6 hours, or maybe 8 hours. Okay, so within 8 hours, or daily we want to study like half an hour a day. Okay, we want to spend very minimum time for studying that particular subject. But what is our objective? What is our objective function? Objective function is to get maximum marks out of it. So almost all the students mentality like this one. So what is their major objective is, they want to get maximum marks, but they want to study only for very few hours. Okay, so say for example, rank also, in a class, you, if you want to get first mark, so if you want to get distinction, gold medal, the first mark. So what generally we people will do? So we people will think is, we want to study for very less hours, and we want to get that first mark, that is gold medal. Okay, for 10 CGPA, we want to get 9.8 and 9.9, or even 10 also. Okay, 10 for 10 CGPA or 100 percentage, we want to get above 95 percentage. So our constraints is, what we will plan is, we have to study for very less hours, very few hours. We want to study daily. But what is our objective function? What is our objective? We want to get first marks. We want to get first marks. That is our. So these are the some of the examples. So you understand now what is objective function. So objective is to get maximum marks. Sometimes if you take rank means you want to get minimum ranks. Minimum rank means first rank, second rank. So that is the minimum rank. Sometimes the objective may be differing. Okay, so say for example, in industrial visit, your objective is to maximize your enjoyment. But whereas while coming to study, you want to get minimum rank. Minimum rank is the maximum thing, but you want to get minimum rank, that is first rank. Okay, first rank is the minimum rank, but marks is maximum. You want to get marks as the maximum. So what is our constraints is to study only half an hour in a day, or you study only 8 hours before the exam, but you want more than 95 marks. That is our objective function. That is our objective. Constraints is, we want to study only few hours. That is our constraint. So this objective may gets differ. while coming to the rank. Okay, while coming to the rank, it may be minimized also. Okay, say for example, if you are developing a product, you are developing a product. So what ultimately you will think, what is your main objective for developing a product? You have to minimize the product size. You have to minimize, as I said, you have to minimize the product size. You have to minimize the weight. You have to minimize the width, sleek. You have to make that a smartphone as a very sleek one. Okay, then only you will be winning in the market. So what is our constraints for making that product? Constraints also, we have to minimize the cost. Minimize the cost. If you are selling the same smartphone for 40,000, no one will buy. If you are selling the same smartphone for 15,000 rupees, then you will be the leader in the market with all the features. Say for example, latest Android 11, then everything, RAM 8 GB, then ROM around 128 GB, like or 300 or 500 GB. Then with all the features, with the camera quality, very good camera quality, like 64 megapixel. Then your front camera is around 48 megapixel. Within this, if you are designing the same phone for 15,000 rupees, I think definitely you will be the leader in the all over the world, the globe. You will be the leader. So or otherwise, so you're making the same smartphone for 50,000 rupees. Okay, so in the no like they will buy, only few people will. The percentage who will buy means only 5% people will buy. Okay, 95% of people won't prefer that product. Why? Because it is costly. Okay, so that's what that major companies are doing. Major Chinese company, Korean companies. So why they are winning the market in the countries like India, like some of the developing countries, in the sense they are going for very low cost, like moderate cost or low cost for many features. Features are many, but they are going to develop the same product within the low cost. Okay, so the product. So while coming to the product, so we want to minimize the product design, and also we want to, what is our constraints? What is our major constraints is cost. Okay, if you are making the same product for 100 rupees, then you will be winning the market. If you are making the same product for 2,000 rupees, then you can't withstand. Okay, many only elite people will only buy. Okay, only few people, like one or two, maybe out of 100, one or two. Okay, but if you're making the same product for 100 rupees, then you will be the leader in the market. Say for example, I'm going to design a new iron box. Okay, a new iron box in the market. Because major companies, the Philips, Panasonic, then many companies are Bajaj, Iron Box, many companies are there. So if you want to survive in the market, if I want to survive in the market, what I should do, I want to make that same iron box for very low cost. Say for example, Philips, with all the features, very good model. Okay, with the automatic on and off, temperature control, everything for many modes, cotton, wool, okay, nylon, for many modes are there for Philips. I think the top product of Philips is 2,000 rupees. Okay, whereas other companies, like Bajaj, like I think they are also making around 1,500 rupees. Okay, very good iron box. So if I want to survive in the market, what I should do? So if I make the same iron box for, say for example, I am making the same iron box for 500 rupees. 500 rupees, same features, same five or six modes are there, same temperature control, same heating, same Teflon that coating, everything. Okay, that everything in the iron box has all the features. Okay, same ditto, same model. I'm also making for only 500 rupees. Okay, say for example, the people like we are going to the shop, nearby shop, to buy a iron box, or otherwise we are searching in the online. So first of all, what we'll choose for buying an iron box? So we'll choose the user ratings. Then with the features, automatic on and off, temperature control is there. Then the coating of the iron box. Then how many modes are there? Okay, so even more like Philips is giving only four or five modes. Then I'm giving 10 modes, 10 modes with all the things like that. I am also giving my product cost is only 500 rupees, 500 rupees, whereas Philips cost is 2000 rupees, whereas other company Bajaj company iron boxes 1500 rupees. So like a common man there is going to a nearby shop, say for example nearby shop or online. So what generally he will choose all this okay, constraints. He will choose all, he want all the things to be in his iron box. Then he is to they are choosing also. Okay, so ultimately say for example shop they are going, the shopkeeper what he is telling us, these are the products available within the shop. So this is the Philips model, this is the Bajaj model, Usha something model. So then my product I have designed for only 500 rupees. Okay, with the same features, and features also somewhat I have increased the features also. So ultimately, that man, how he will buy? Definitely, he will. First of all, he will compare all the features. Then ultimately, cost. Cost is a major constraint. Then definitely, he or she will be buying my product only. Why? Because cost is very less. Features, Philips is having only 5 features. I'm having 8 to 9 features. Then definitely they will choose this. Then cost also matters. But what I'm doing is Philips giving 2 years warranty, but I'm giving only 1 year warranty. Why? Because five the for 500 rupees, I'll be using the components inside that particular thing is only for one year only I'm giving the warranty, whereas Philips and other companies are giving 2 years warranty. Okay, so ultimately they will choose okay, instead of going for Philips like 2 years warranty for 2000 rupees, ultimately my product is only for 500 rupees. Even I'm giving 1 year warranty, so even they can buy two iron box also, they can throw. Okay, if they are buying my product and you utilizing for 500 rupees for 1 year, so after 1 year what they will do is they will throw my product, and again they will buy my product only for again 500 rupees. Then they will utilize for 1 year, again they will throw. Why? Because Philips is somewhat costly. I am giving very least cost, less costly. My product is very less costly, or in other words we can tell like optimal cost, very optimal cost I'm giving the product. So definitely who will win the market? I will only win the market. My product demand over all over the country, maybe all over the world. But I should satisfy certain that certifications. Okay, the European Union certification, then the few ISI standards I need to. So if I make within all this certification with all the things, my product has to tested with all the laboratories like this country. My product has to work in even US also, even in Australia also, even in New Zealand also, even in India also, even in South Africa also. Okay, so even in Russia also. So if I satisfy all these countries that range of like voltage, their range is 110 volts, then 60 hertz. Within this if I'm making the product for that company also, then this company also, everything I'm making, then definitely I'll be the leader in the market. Okay, no one will beat me because I am giving very less cost with all the features, and also warranty, 1 year warranty also I am giving. So definitely uh, 98% of people, okay, even 99% of people will buy my product only. Okay, so in this product, so definitely as an engineer, so what you have to if you want to design any product, okay, so you want to make that product, what is your major objective? You have to make that product within the less costly. And what is your major objective? You have to make that product with almost all the features. Okay, almost all the features. What is your constraints? You have to make that product within the particular cost. Say for example, you have to make the product from 0 rupees to 500 rupees. Okay, 0 rupees to 500 rupees. Either you can make 100 rupees also, 200 rupees also, 300 also, 400 also, 500 also, but it should be within the limits. 0 rupees also you can make, but no one can make for 0 rupees. Definitely the components what you are purchasing, everything has some rate, has some cost. So you can also make it for 100 rupees also. Same, if you are giving 1 year warranty, then it is very very well and good. Like 200 rupees for maximum 500 rupees. So the company itself, so what R&D people will do is they will go for almost all the product. So what are all the competitive product of ours? Say for example, I'm making that iron box, no? So my R&D people, what they will do is they will take almost all the products list. Okay, Philips, Usha, then Bajaj, then many companies are there. Okay, X, Y, Z, many companies, maybe 50 products may be there in the market. Okay, maybe local product also may be there in the market. So local product, then international product, almost all the product. Then what they will do, sort is, first they will sort with the cost. Next is features. What are, how many features they are giving? This how many features? Temperature control, everything, every features. Then they have to design. They will first they will fix the cost. Okay, they are making for 2,000 rupees to 1,500. Say for example, their product starting cost with all the features from 1,500 to 2,000 rupees. Okay, so what my R&D people will do? My R&D people will think like, so we want to design a same product with less than 1,500 rupees, maybe of 1,000 rupees or 500 rupees, but with all the features. Maybe the features they may add also, but not more than 1,500 rupees. Okay, and also not nearer than 1,500 rupees. If I make the same product with 1,499, then I will also not survive in the market, because with 1 rupee extra they will buy the international product. Even I am also making the international product, but if I am making the same product for 1,000 rupees and as well as 500 rupees, then ultimately that like that only R&D people will think. First is cost, and what they will do is they will analyze the components. What are the components? Temperature sensor, then that Teflon coating, that iron box coating, then the plastic used, then some other features. So that wire, like a wire, okay, that cable, okay, that power card, that quality, everything they have to purchase within. Say for example, they are going to make a product for 1,000 rupees now, they have to purchase within 500 rupees or 600 rupees. Then our profit is per product is say for example 100 or 200 rupees, our product. Next is that marketing, transportation, everything goes around 200, 100 to 200 to 300 rupees. So ultimately, if I want to sell maximum, maximum retail price as 1,000 rupees now, so what I need to do? I need to make the product for 800 rupees. So then only I can give 200 rupees for transportation, then marketing, then for local shops I need to give some money. So ultimately I have to make the product within this cost, then only I can sell that also. So this all thing also matter. So as an engineer, as a future engineer, so I think shortly you are going to work in a very good concern, very good company concern. So there also you have to think like that. Okay, so then only you will be survive in that particular company, not only in private sectors or a software company, or even in the government sectors. If you are say for example, if you are going for any quote, okay, if you are going for any quotation, then ultimately which quotation they will choose. Okay, then they will choose only the quote with very whoever quoting with the least cost, they will only get that project for road making, then for construction. Okay, so square feet rate, they are quoting very, very less means they only will, but they will have some constraints that also you need to look. So what is the cement used? What is the quality of the sand used? Everything that also will be they are quoting. But ultimately, say for example, they are also using same cement. They are also using same materials. So he is quoting more than say for example, some other is quoting 1500. So same thing, with the same materials they are quoting only for 1200. So ultimately who will win the market, or who will get that quotation? Those who quote with a less cost, like those who quote with a 1200 cost. Okay, so that is like that. So even our human nature is set up like that ultimately. Okay, so even say for example, if you want to go to a nearby shop provision you want to buy nearby shop. So what we will do ultimately, we'll travel by bike, or if it is very near, we can take cycle also. Even we can go by cycling also, or we can go by walk also. So ultimately what we'll choose the shortest path to reach that particular shop. Okay, so we'll not go in the farthest path. We'll if we take a car and we'll go to that shop now. So we have to travel by tar roads, and we have to travel in the correct path, and we have to reach that shop. Say for example, from our house to that particular shop is 1 kilometer distance. Okay, so if we travel by car, na, it is coming around 1.5 kilometers. Say for example, if you are traveling by bike, na, it is coming around 1.2 kilometer. If you are traveling by cycle, na, it is coming around 1 kilometer, because some short path, you can easily okay, run your cycle. So that also there. So ultimately, which mode of transport will choose? Definitely we will go by cycle only to reach that particular path. So what is the major thing? So you have to reach that particular path by particular shop by shortest path. That is called optimal path. Shortest path is nothing but optimal path. So ultimately what they will do, they will choose that particular shop by optimal path or shortest path. So there also this optimal is coming. Okay, so that so everywhere you go. So even if you want to design everything, okay, the term optimal is coming. The because product, whatever you tell, whatever the example, I will tell what is that. So in everything, if you want to design any product or anything, you have two things. One is your objective in to the point we can tell like objective function. Why? Because you can't simply tell like if you want to design an iron box, or there will be some mathematical representation will be there, which combines of all your temperature control, then your product size, then whatever the features you are adding, everything will be in the terms of formula. Say for example, your some cool drinks company, you can take cool drinks company. They are not telling like cool drinks company, they will not give the formula to anyone. Definitely they will be giving their formula to their own companies, wherever the branch office is there, wherever the manufacturing office is there. Definitely they will be giving that formula to that particular company only. Okay, so how they will give the thing, they will say like, you will add 20 grams of sugar, you will add this much thing of that they will not tell. They will give only the formula. That formula only they will give. Okay, so you have to add this as this particular product chemical component with for this 100 grams, and this particular component for this much gram, this particular water H2O for this much okay liters, this much ml, and this much carbon dioxide for this much quantity pressure. So like that only they will give. So within, why they are giving the formula instead of giving, so you just put the carbon dioxide for 30 seconds, you just keep the this thing for some 1 minute, like that they may not. They will give only the formula, only the formula. Similarly like that, so every product have some mathematical formulation, whatever the product you want to design. Okay, say for example, this smartphone has some mathematical design which combines all the features, like the weight of the product, the processor, then the temperature sensor, proximity sensor, whatever the sensor they have used. Okay, so everything has some mathematical formulation, so that we call as objective function. Okay, so the every mathematical formulation that we call as objective function. So what is their constraints? They will be, what is their constraints, like that a mobile phone. Okay, even though they made the mathematical formulation, so if you take the mathematical formulation of a smartphone, it will goes like anything. Why? Because the first many things are there: sensors, then design, weight, then that software used, then processor, then the processor they have to fit within that particular okay design. With the design they have to fit okay speakers, everything. So the objective function may goes like maybe one page also. They have to make the they have to make that product with all their objectives. Maybe 1 or 2 pages it will go, the whole object. So what is their constraints also? There are many constraints. There is multi constraints. Okay, multi constraints, like sensors. If you take now sensors, like 1,000 rupees sensors also there, 10,000 rupees sensors also there. Okay, processes also, if you take now like 5,000 rupees processes also there, then 10,000 rupees processor also there, then 1 lakh rupee processor also there. So 1 lakh processor also does the same job. 5,000 rupees processor also does the same job. 10,000 rupees processor also does the same job. But the speed, the speed may vary, the RAM may be varied. Like that, some simple, and also the same 1 lakh rupees same processor also you can make for 5,000 rupees. But 1 lakh rupee processor will come for 20 years also, but same processor what you are making for only 5,000 rupees will come for only 2 years. That will come for 20 years. This will come for 2 years. Okay, that also one of the constraints. And cost constraints for that sensor. Then weight constraints. You have to make that product for only 150 grams or 100 grams. Okay, 120 grams, 0 to 120 grams, 0 grams to 120 grams. So 0 grams you can't make, but that is the constraints. 0 grams to 1, or minimum constraints might be there. You have to make that product for within 75 grams to 120 grams, 75 grams to 120 grams. Again, you have to make that particular process size from this mm to this mm. You have to fit all the components within this size. Okay, some inches you have to make. Okay, 10 inches, 10 inches you have to make, or 8 inches you have to make. Then that monitor, that monitor size, this TFT monitor, or otherwise LCD monitor, LED monitor. So LED, if you go for the cost will increase. Then LCD, if you know, cost will somewhat will be decreased. So like that, that also there. So you can also make with all the features, but that phone cost is 1 lakh rupees. Okay, 1 lakh rupees. So only few people will buy, only very few will buy for 1 lakh rupees. So if you make the same product for 20,000 or 15,000, many people will buy. So this is also many constraints are there for making this smartphones also. So every product, if you take, like one is objective function, then another one is constraints. Okay, constraints, objective function, constraints. So that is very, very important. Okay, so even like I said in a student's example, then trip you are planning, that is also one of the example. So whatever if you take, this is not only one example. So everything, so even you are as a student, you are also having some objective function, and you are also having some constraints. So what is your objective? Your objective is to get placed in a very good company, or your objective is to get through into a very good universities after completing this BTech. BTech, you have to join a MS degree in very good universities, like in foreign countries, top 100 universities or top 500 universities in the world. You want to take your MS admissions, or you want to take your MTech admissions in the top universities like IITs, NITs, like very good universities, and state university, top state universities you want to get into. So these are the objective functions. These are the objective of your students. What is the constraints? So only 1 year is there. Only 1 year. Within 1 year, you have to prepare for your GRE, TOEFL, or for GATE, for some other public service examination, public service commission examinations. Then you want to study, say for example, you want to get placed in some software companies or core companies. You want to clear your aptitude, reasoning, verbal, non-verbal, everything reasoning. So what is the constraints? Constraints you will be having very, very less constraints, less time, like only one from 1 month to 8 months. Within 1 month also you can prepare. Within 8 months also you can prepare. Within 1 month you'll prepare, and if you reach the objective, then it is well and good. Within like eight months you are taking and reaching that objective, that is also good. But after going out of the college also, you can prepare and you can get placed in some other companies. That is also well and good. So it depends on how you will prepare and how you will prepare yourself, how you will get that particular objective within this short constraints. So that is very, very important.